Back to tonight now, and more drama at Harkenfield, where there's barely a stable relationship in sight. In Trainer.
What happened? How bad is it?
We don't know.
She hit the ground pretty hard, Nick. She was at the front of the field. They didn't have a chance to avoid her.
Watch it, Mike. We're going to have to call you back later, Nick.
Yeah, but how did she fall?
It looked like she collapsed.
Collapsed?
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you. They don't know any Fran Baker either. No one seems to. Doesn't that make you remotely suspicious?
Yes, of course it does.
Well,
I have a press conference and I'm running late.
Robert, this girl turns up at David's funeral, claiming to have worked with him. Then she disappears. She tells me she's a reporter. But none of the newspapers have heard of her. Do you expect me just to ignore that?
No, of course not. I just think you're going about this the wrong way.
Oh, so there's a procedure, is there? A way to behave? What to do when your stepson commits suicide for unknown reasons?
Rachel, David killed himself because he was a complete failure at everything that he did. And he knew it.
You don't know this, but he came here asking for my forgiveness, for my help. I refused him. I thought it was one of his games, but I was wrong. I failed him.
You have to stop this. It's eating you up.
Then help me.
I'm trying to!
Like hell.
I have to go.
Maureen Radcliffe. Who sent the details over the radio? Maureen, can you hear me? Hello? She's not making much respiratory effort. Pulse is dropping too. Right, let's get her into resus. Crash bleep anesthetist and the orthopedic reg. Come on, let's go.
I hope your meeting with Tony goes well.
So do I. Don't worry, everything's under control.
Have you any idea what time we'll be back?
No.
Well, should I keep tea, supper, or the bed warm?
Just toast for breakfast.
What? You're not coming back till tomorrow?
No.
When did this come up? John, what's going on?
I can't tell you.
Fisley. Look, I know we're just starting out here and you don't owe me any explanations, but it's just the sort of thing that Freddie used to do to me, and he wasn't facing the possibility of going to jail. Should I get jealous?
No.
Worried?
No.
But I don't get to know what you're up to.
It's business. I can't explain. I will later.
Toast then.
What?
Tomorrow morning.
Oh, yes.
Hello?
Caroline, Hugo Latimer.
Hugo, how nice to hear from you. How are you?
Feeling a little bit awkward and embarrassed, to tell the truth.
Oh, really?
I just wanted to make sure you didn't think it was anything personal.
What isn't?
Oh, didn't Freddie warn you?
No, Hugo. What are you talking about?
Oh, I see. Look, Caroline, I think you better get round to your house.
Taxi's here for the hospital. Where the hell's Danny?
In his room, I think.
Yeah, well, I told him the taxi will be here in 10 minutes. Emma? Emma? Hey. Hey.
Well, she'll be all right, won't she, Nick? I mean, what if she's broken her leg?
Hey, come on, come on. Hey, listen. You mustn't think like that. I'll ring when there's news, okay? But tell Danny I couldn't wait.
Any Maureen, just gonna move your pillow. Just gently. There we go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As you will have noted from your press release, Furman Holdings Incorporated has acquired the majority shareholding of the James Brandt Group of Companies. It therefore gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the new chairman and chief executive, Mr. Robert Furman.
Good afternoon. And thank you for attending what for me is a very exciting day.
Where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, madam, and who are you?
Caroline Farrell, this is my sofa!
Not anymore, I'm afraid.
What?
Court order. We've instructions to recover goods to the value of £5,212. It's all there on the bottom.
Oh, to Mr. Latimer. You're not taking this.
Oh, I hate this waiting. I should have stopped her. I should have known something was wrong.
Oh, Mike, she was so pumped up after a win, no one would have noticed. Look, why don't you leave me here and go and pick up your son?
I'll give it 5 more minutes.
Mike, it's his birthday. You mustn't disappoint him by being late.
How is she?
Well, we don't know yet, Nick.
She's still unconscious. Don't worry, she'll be all right. She's a fighter.
Yeah, most tough. Yeah, she'll make it. Are you the family of Maureen Radcliffe?
No, I'm the trainer she works for, Mike Hardy. These are 2 of her colleagues.
Henry Loveday, the orthopedic registrar.
How is she?
We're trying to find that out, Mr. Hardy. Maureen's having a scan right now. Why don't you come down with me and I'll try to explain the situation.
Adam, can you start preparing the schedules? I want cross-references on all cases involving art used by the Inland Revenue to allege fraud. Hello, Tony Montford.
Tony, this is John.
John, I don't want to sound rude, but can we stick to the protocol? Rather than speak to me over the telephone, I'd be much happier if you contacted me via your solicitor or waited until you arrived.
Well, that's why I'm calling, to change our meeting until tomorrow.
John, you do realize how important these last few days are?
Yes, I do.
You're cutting it terribly, terribly fine.
I know.
How's tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, then?
I'll be there.
Strongly advise that, John.
Might you have to operate?
We'll know when the scan's complete. Look, Maureen's blood pressure's low, and she's very dehydrated. I know she lives in a competitive world, and I wondered if she'd been taking any medication to keep the weight down.
What sort of medication?
Well, I don't know, Mr. Hardy. Well, whatever it is, it's had quite an effect on her.
You're saying this is what caused her to fall?
Dehydration. Almost certainly, yes.
Is it going to affect her chances?
I'll let you know as soon as we have any news, okay?
Thanks.
Have her next of kin been informed? It's just a formality, Mr. Hardy. But I think it best if they are.
Hugo.
Hello, Rachel. Nice to see you.
And you?
Is this a social or professional call?
Twixt and between, actually. If you've got time, that is.
Oh, I've always got time for you, Rachel. What is it?
Boarding at gate number 12. Have a good flight, Mr. Ashton.
Thank you.
David had one big problem. He was always trying to prove that he was Frank Ware's son. In your eyes as well as his. But that didn't make him the type who would kill himself. Not in my estimation. Frankly, I was shocked.
So what are you trying to say, Hugo?
Well, I don't blame you for wanting to know more.
Robert thinks I'm being morbid.
Really? That surprises me.
Why?
I thought he was conducting his own investigations into it. Rather thorough ones, I thought. Oh dear. Have I said the wrong thing?
Danny, what are you doing?
None of your business.
Are you all right?
Just leave me alone.
What are those?
Get lost!
What are they for?
Nothing.
What are they for, Danny?
I don't know.
You do know, don't you? Was Mo taking them?
Diuretics. Some special stuff. I didn't know she was going to collapse. Emma, you mustn't tell anyone.
What are you talking about? Of course we've got to tell them. Mo's life is in danger. Anyway, you can buy diuretics anywhere.
Not these.
What?
Look, I got them from... Never mind.
Mrs. Farrell, would you like to come through into the office?
No, thank you. I prefer to stay here. I simply want to know what on earth is going on. My cash card's been swallowed up, and now it seems there's no money in my account.
Mrs. Farrell, I do apologize. But your husband has... look, are you sure you wouldn't prefer to discuss this in my office?
My husband has what?
He has considerably exceeded the overdraft facilities on your joint account. And now I believe he's currently in America.
Yes, on business. I know about the overdraft. You wrote to us, and I made arrangements to lower it.
I'm afraid it's gone very much over the limit again. We have written to your husband several times, suggesting he come in and talk with us. But we've had no reply.
Then why didn't you contact me?
We have tried to contact you, Mrs. Farrell, but you don't seem to have been at home over the past few days.
Oh, yes. Well, this obviously is of no use to me anymore, is it?
I was just trying to help her. She didn't have to take them. I didn't know they would do this.
You've got to call the hospital.
I can't.
Well, if you won't, I will.
You say anything, and it's not just me who's finished. It's Mo as well.
Hello, Arkenfield. Oh, Sue.
Now listen, Emma, this is no big deal, but we need to try and contact Mo's next of kin. Don't worry. Mike's had to get off and collect Tom, but he said there'd be a phone number in Mo's file.
I'll look.
Thanks. I'll try and call back in a little while. Is everything else okay there?
Yes.
The doctors are doing all that they can, Emma. I'm sure she'll be okay.
Sue.
Yes? What is it, Emma?
Nothing. Nothing. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks.
What fool?
Thank you. Good afternoon, Hugo.
Hello.
How are you? Can we get you a drink?
Glass of beer, thank you.
And a soda with ice for me, thank you, Arabella. Take a seat, Hugo.
I brought you the papers to sign for the racing club.
Fine. I'll show them to my legal advisors.
You're still interested, though?
Sure. It was one of David's ideas that really might work.
Talking about David, you know that Rachel came to see me.
And?
I'm beginning to wonder what he was getting mixed up in myself.
Did you say that to her?
No, certainly not.
Good. I don't want her to worry, Hugo. She's been through enough already.
Aren't you curious, though?
Of course I am. That's why I have someone looking into it. But personally, I don't think there's anything to find.
He told me he was sick. Yeah, he's not good. Come on, Howard. Latin, I think.
Tom? Happy birthday! How are you? Great. God, I've missed you. Come on. Let's get you home.
Where's Mummy?
Didn't she send you a card?
Yes.
Oh.
She's left Neil now.
Yeah, I know.
Why can't she stay with you now then?
Oh, Tom, if only life were that simple. What your mother and I had, somehow it broke, and some things in life you just can't unbreak.
Was it my fault?
No, of course not. Don't be silly. Come on, let's go home. Cheer up. The most important thing is we're going to spend some time together. It's going to be great, okay?
Okay, Dad.
Yeah.
Mike, it's Alex.
Alex.
You sound disappointed.
Oh, sorry, I was expecting a call from the hospital.
How is she?
Still unconscious. All we can do now is wait.
I'm sorry to hear that. And I hate to bring you more problems, but we've got to talk. Can you get over this evening?
Not tonight, Alex. It's Tom's birthday.
Look, it's very important I see you, Mike. There have been some developments today which we really must discuss. It won't take long. Shall I come over to you?
No, it's all right. I'll find someone to stay with Tom for an hour or so. See you about 8.
I look forward to it.
What's this?
Somebody's history, Danny. If she dies or ends up crippled, you don't have to worry. There's no one to care for her, no one to make a fuss. No one to put the authorities onto you.
What are you talking about?
Read it for yourself.
Mo's file.
No mother, no father, no brother or sister. She hasn't got anybody. Works out well for you, doesn't it?
What do you mean?
No next of kin. Do you know what a creep you are? And what were you really trying to do? Stop her riding? Just because she has a talent that you don't.
No.
I don't believe you, Danny. And I don't know anyone who would. All you were ever going to be was a stable lad. But at least you could have done that with pride. Like Joe. Now what will you be, Danny? Just someone who tried to pull someone else down because they were better than you.
I didn't mean any harm.
I know what you are. So do you. I just wonder how you can live with it.
I keep wondering what it must be like to have no family. What does that do to someone? Oh, sorry, Nick. Do you want me to leave you alone?
No, please. I'd like you to stay. Look, Mo and me, we're not, She was so ambitious, you know. She really needed to be a success. That's what having no family does.
You know, she has got a family.
Well, who?
Us. Arkenfield.
Just relax. It'll be all right. I think she's to leave us for a moment. Maybe she's coming out of it.
Guten Tag. Peterstraße, bitte.
Thank you for seeing me at such short notice.
That's okay. Take a seat. Now, what's the problem?
This morning, bailiffs came to my house. I've just come back from the bank. It seems that I'm penniless, destitute. I felt you were the only person I could come to.
What about John Gray?
He's away.
Look, Caroline, I know what Freddie is, how difficult he's been, but you've just left him for John Gray. I'm afraid this is all I have at the moment.
Thank you. I'll pay you back.
No, keep it.
No, thank you. It's a loan.
Good evening, Mr. Ashton. Good evening. I'd like the key to box 447559388, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you can open them now. Happy birthday. Well,
Thanks, Dad.
and you better put them on.
Is that for me?
If you want him, yeah.
Great!
Go on. Thought it was about time you learned to ride.
I already know.
How?
I learnt with Neil.
Oh. Anyway, we've got to find a name for him.
Governor! Governor! Nick's just phoned. She's all right. Mo's come round.
Oh, that's great, Emma. Is there any damage?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, he just said she was going to be okay.
I'm sure she will. At least she's come through, eh? I'll try and give the hospital a ring from the car.
Can't I write him now, Dad?
We've got to think of a name for him first. And I have to go, Tom, just for a little while. We can go for a ride tomorrow, eh? Now, Emma's going to look after you and make you some supper. I'll be back soon, okay? You be good, eh?
So what are you going to call him, eh?
I don't know.
How did the press launch go?
Fine. How was your day?
Fine. I saw Hugo. He tells me you're carrying out your own investigation into David's death.
Yes.
Yet you told me to leave it alone.
I was trying to protect you.
How dare you, Robert? What do you think I am, some little schoolgirl?
No, I think you're a very beautiful, intelligent, sensitive woman who's being hurt more than I think she realizes.
Why did you bother to come back?
To bring these.
I don't want them.
They're for Hannah. All right, yes, I was trying to protect you. Was that wrong? I want to, Rachel, I want to. I thought that maybe I could find out for you what happened, why he did it. So I could give you some of the answers you need. I don't want to hurt you, Rachel. Not ever. And you must do what you have to do to lay David's soul to rest. And I'm sorry. I am truly sorry if I've stopped you from doing that. Now, let's go out tonight.
Can't.
Stay in then.
John's barrister's coming to see me.
His barrister? Well, why?
I'm very sorry about the bailiffs. I really had no other choice.
I know that.
Good. With Freddie stuck in New York, what are you going to do?
I'm not sure.
What about John Gray?
What about him?
Well, this time next week, he could be in jail.
I know.
If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
Is this the way you always call in your bad debts?
No. Only with those as attractive as you, Caroline. And there aren't that many.
How much?
What do you mean?
How much am I worth? You know. For a... you know.
What?
I need to know, Hugo. How much a time? 50, 60, 100, 200?
Caroline, keep your voice down.
Or does it depend on what I have to do? How far I have to go? Come on, Hugo, tell me. You obviously know about these things. I think it's a very good idea. I'll draw up a business plan and present it to my bank manager.
Caroline, I think you're making a big mistake.
Not as big as the one you're making. Thank you for the drink, Hugo. Good night.
Look, I really shouldn't be here at all. It's breaking all the rules. But John's in a lot of trouble, and I don't think he quite realizes it. He seems to think this is all some kind of elegant game.
That sounds like John.
The prosecution are going to try and make this trial about John's character and his lifestyle. How well do you know him?
I don't think anyone really knows John. Just when you think you do, he does something that shows you don't. But we've been friends, good friends, for a long time.
Weren't you and John once closer than that?
Yes, we were once. In fact, we were engaged. And then something happened. He was in the army in Cyprus, and something happened that affected him deeply. I never found out what it was, but we decided not to get married. I had my career and, well, like I said, we remained friends.
Then you wouldn't mind appearing as a character witness?
If it would help John, of course not.
I wonder if I might just discuss David for a moment.
David? What for?
He wrote to me just before he died.
I don't understand. David wrote to you?
He put himself forward as a witness to facts relating to a large-scale fraud. And I don't know what those facts were. Did he ever discuss anything like that with you?
I'm sorry, no.
No.
Finally, and this might sound odd, but did John ever go by a name other than Gray?
At university. Yes. And when he was a racing columnist. He used his mother's maiden name.
And what was that?
Ashton. John Ashton.
The official receiver has accepted a buyer for Brandt's horses.
All of them?
Yes.
Who?
Robert Furman.
Do you know if he's going to keep them in training with me?
No, but I thought with Rachel Ware's involvement in Arkenfield...
That didn't stop Furman removing Pride of the Hills. Alex, I'm trying to make 40 winners this season. And I get outright control of Arkenfield if I do it. That's our deal. Now, how can I manage that if I lose 6 of my best horses?
With 27 winners so far, you're doing incredibly well.
Oh?
You've got marvellous coverage in the press, and there are an awful lot of people willing you to succeed.
Really? How long have you known about Furman's offer?
We've been in negotiation for a while now.
And you didn't say anything?
I couldn't. It was part of a whole package deal. It was confidential.
Confidential? Well, at least I know where I stand. I have to go.
So soon?
It's Tom's birthday. I really have to get back. What was that in aid of?
Me, Mike. Us. God. Do I have to make an appointment to see you?
Alex. I'm going through a lot at the moment. I want this relationship to work too. But I need space. And I need time. That's all.
Yeah. Hi, Malcolm. What do you like?
I'll have brandy, please.
And I'll have a pint of wine, please. Thanks.
I think you better put a hold on those. We better give him a hand.
What for? He couldn't even be bothered to come to the hospital.
Come on, Nick. Just get him home.
Bernie, come on. Come on.
All right.
That's good.
Yeah, well, relax your shoulder. You got a hell of a knot here.
Yes.
Oh. I'm having a box delivered tomorrow. It has something in it that might interest you.
Present? Hmm.
Kinda.
What?
You'll have to wait.
I'm too impatient to wait. Come on, Robert. Tell me. I hate waiting.
So do I, Rachel. So do I. But here I am, patiently waiting.
Evening, Mike.
Sue? Nick?
Hello, Governor. We've just put Danny to bed. Celebrated Mo's recovery a bit hard.
No harm in that. Look, I've got Emma babysitting Tom, so I'll say good night.
Good night.
Yeah, night.
Night, Nick.
Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow.
Emma. Shh. I'm really sorry. Are you okay to go home? Would you want me to get you a taxi?
No, I'll be all right. I've got my bike.
Thanks, Emma.
You didn't tell me it was this sort of box.
Mm-hmm.
What's in it?
You can only open it if you give me an answer.
What? To what?
Are you going to marry me?
Now that's bribery.
Or bluff. The box might be empty. Cunning, huh?
Robert, we don't behave like that in this country. We don't do that sort of thing. It's not cricket.
I know, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. Okay, driver, you better take it away. The lady can't make up her mind.
No, wait.
Well?
I've decided.
And?
I'll give you my decision, but you won't know it until after I've opened the box.
Oh, how does that work?
I write it down.
Rachel, that's not cricket.
I know. And I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Open up!
It's Mr. Finn. It's Mr. Finn. Oh. I lost out last year on a bid for him.
Well, it's yours now. And I guess you're mine. Mrs. Furman.
Hi. How you feeling?
About as good as you're looking.
Surprised you're still alive then. Had a bit too much to drink. Brought you some flowers.
Thanks.
It was my fault. I shouldn't have given you those pills.
No, I should never have taken them. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell on you.
I got rid of them.
What?
I found them in your bin and threw them away. Only you and I know. And Emma.
Emma?
She caught me in your room. But you won't tell anyone.
Oh, I'm not worried about Emma. It's the governor. He isn't a fool. He's going to want to know what happened. If he thinks that I let him down, put his horses in danger and people and everybody. Oh, God. What am I going to tell him, Danny?
Good. He's well, Gary. Nick seems to be hanging a little. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'll get the vet over. Emma, looking good.
Well, it needs Mo back in the plate, Governor.
Yeah, well. Okay, take him home. Plenty of tow?
Yeah,
Reckon he'd stand a chance against Dangerous Lady?
you bet.
I think these could do with a bit of shortening.
Morning.
Alex.
This must be Tom.
Tom, this is a friend of mine. Alex Farrell.
I've heard a lot about you, Tom.
Tom? Tom!
He was bound to find out sooner or later.
It's your fault, sneaking in like that. Anyway, this'll help. I still don't know why you couldn't tell me where you were going.
I didn't want to get you involved.
But I am involved.
I don't want you in court. Unless I decide to press assault charges.
I might have to go to court myself.
At my trial?
No, bankruptcy court. Freddie's cleaned me out. I've got no money.
Well, don't worry, I'll take care of you.
From a prison cell.
Who's told you I'm going to prison? Look, if you need money, take what you want from my bag. You can pay me back later.
Oh, darling, you are lovely.
I am not going to jail, but I am going to be late for Tony.
If I find out you've been abroad again, John Gray, we're finished. Understood?
Perfectly.
God.
More to life. We all have our dreams, we all have our visions. Time after time, we're faced with decisions. Which road to follow, how hard to fight. Then you wake up and see there's much more to life. In acres of sky on a summer day, on a sunny summer day, and the fire burns with hope inside your heart. We are never apart. Reflections of time passing by that remind you there's much more to life. More to life. So much more to life. So just follow your heart and you'll see. If you follow your heart, you'll be free. 'Cause there's more to life. So much more to life. More to